So my earliest memory was being 3 years old and seeing police take my dad away after beating my mum. I was one of 3 siblings. We lived in a high-rise flat in Old Hill. Times are hard for us. We regularly have to have candles because I had no electricity because my mum couldn't afford the payments on it. So we literally lived week to week on benefits. Once I was a bit older, my mum met my stepdad. We moved away. She had another 2 children with him, and life was much better. You know, we were above the poverty line. We were surviving. We had a good life. And then I remember one night I was 13 years old and I was babysitting my siblings, and I took a phone call from my mum to say there'd been an accident and they were on their way to the hospital. 6 days later, my stepdad passed away in hospital on the back of that. Left my mum now with 5 children. Really tough times, back on the poverty line, only this time my mum didn't have it together. There was many a time that she would be suicidal and I'd have to stop her from doing things that, you know, that no one should have to stop doing things. I remember just being one night, sitting there with my mum, and she's in a real dark place, and just praying to God, saying, God, you know, if you're real, then you need to get us out of this situation. I was a non-believer at this point. It was just a last resort prayer for me, just somebody somewhere help us. As I was getting towards the end of college, my mum moved home. So we all had to move to Stourbridge, and we were living in West Brom at the time. So I had a part-time job which was funding my college. I had to then quit because I couldn't afford to get to college and then go and get a job. At 18 years old, unfortunately, myself and my mum had an argument and I left home. I was with a girl at the time. We married at 23. And from that point, it was kind of like, from being 18 years old, it was like, right, I'm just going to focus on my career. I'm going to work. I'm going to make sure that, you know, that we never have to struggle for money, that I can give her everything that she wants. And then at 25 years old, she came home one night and she just said she's leaving me. So it just left me broken-hearted. You know, it was a real tough time when you've committed your life to somebody and they choose not to want to be with you. After that, I picked myself back up, which is what I was very good at doing. Met somebody else. We got back on track. We bought our house, and I got in a routine of really, like, you know, thought that I'd love life. I was out partying, you know, I lived for the weekend, and then I met Joshua, who was my friend. I met him at a boot camp in Stourbridge. And we became good friends, and then one day he suggested to me, why don't we do this ourselves? We did that. We set up Total Body Fitness on the church car park. On the opening day, Josh said, why don't you come to church, to one of the services, because they're going to announce TBF from the front. And it's a good opportunity to meet people, good opportunity for you to do the sales pitch side of it. When I was there, Pastor Mark spoke a message and it really hit me. It was really inspiring. I was kind of like, hang on a second, I didn't think I'd enjoy this, but I did. On the back, I had lots of questions to ask, and knowing Pastor Mark through Joshua, I could feel comfortable in asking him questions about it. But the next few months went on and I carried on with TBF. I would come to church every now and again. But then in the September, I went to Ibiza for a friend's wedding. And I remember one day being drunk and just thinking, you know, I just can't do this anymore. This isn't my life. I don't like it. I got back home on the Saturday. On the Sunday, I came to church and gave my life to Jesus. You know, it was a powerful moment for me, because all through the process of it being a 6-month process of first coming to church and then giving my life to Jesus, I never actually thought I needed Jesus. I used to use it for inspiration, but looking back now, it was just like a massive Jesus-shaped hole in my heart. On the back of this, unfortunately, I split again with my partner, but I think what was different this time was I had something else in my life, something that was keeping me on the straight and narrow, and it was Jesus. You know, in my heart, I found a peace in Jesus. Have I got it all together now? No. Am I still going through the process of forgiveness? Yes. Do I still feel pain from a past of hurt? Yes. But I know that with Jesus, that the pain and the healing process will get better. My story is evidence that regardless of your childhood, your unexpected trials, or any pain or hurt that you're going through, that hope is still here.